Hey, it's Wayne Purnell, and something came up in one of my high performance coaching sessions today, and I thought I would share it with you. My client was talking about what it means to redefine vulnerability. And really, the nature of that, what came up was the journey she's been taking. And I thought that it was so good, just the insight that came from it was so good that I wanted to share it with you. The whole idea is that, sometimes things really seem scary to us. So I can't share this. So if people found out that, all that stuff that goes with the imagined, the imagined ostracism is really what it's about. We carry with us this critic, and it's really an imagined critic. The whole idea of, if only they found out. And what is that idea? If only they found out, then what, right? Now, it used to be said, or it probably still is said, that public speaking is the world's biggest, most people in the world, they have the biggest fear of public speaking. And I think that it's not that. I think there's something beyond that you're not afraid of speaking publicly, that you're afraid of actually being judged publicly. And I think that it's that where we teeter on the edge of vulnerability. Because when you're afraid to share yourself, when you're afraid to share your true being, you're not afraid of the actual act. Because if you were alone, you could cry, you could laugh, you could, probably write in your journal. So you're not afraid of the actual act of putting it out there. You're afraid of the response. And what happens is the biggest fear that I think most people have is the fear of separation, the fear of being pushed away. There's this sense of tribe, there's this sense of belonging. And I think that the biggest fear that people have is the fear of judgment that leads to being pushed out. Like, you might in public speaking say something that offends somebody. Guess what? You're going to. You might in writing that book that you've always wanted to write, you might not be liked by everybody. Guess what? You won't be liked by everybody. And so you have to decide which tribe you're creating. How are you creating the family, the people around you that you're going to keep versus begging to be a part of some tribe that somebody else has decided that's the one to be in. It's like the adult version of the clique, the junior high school clique that you belong to. Then you're one of the cool kids. Guess what? You're already a cool kid, and you get to decide to build the tribe that you want. And so the new look at vulnerability, redefining vulnerability, is a new look at courage. Because on this path, what we discovered in our high performance coaching call, right? The dynamic leader calls that I have, the dynamic leader program, the high performance coaching that I do. What we discovered was that it's that bit of courage that gets you to recognize that it wasn't so terrible to share that thing that you've been carrying around. It wasn't so terrible to actually speak your piece, to really have that voice, to really show up in the world. And that's magical, because when you find out that you can say that thing or do that thing that you've been putting off, and you step in and you actually do it, you actually say it, you actually write it, you actually stop doing that one thing or stop having that one person in your life, and you cut that out or you bring something new in, that thing that you've wanted to do, and you step in courageously, you find out that what you thought was going to crush you, what you thought you were going to be judged for, you end up being judged positively for most often, right? When you make that statement, people go, we just recently went through We just recently went through this cultural, international hashtag event called Me Too, right? Hashtag Me Too. And I think that really speaks to where we've come. Somebody dared to say something publicly. And instead of, oh, they shouldn't talk like that, they should never, it's like, well, me too. Well, me too. Well, me too. And soon there was this momentum of, wow, it's safe to actually have a voice. Well, guess what, dear dynamic leader? You're here, and you're the leader, and you get to be the one to have the voice first. And so your thing that you've been holding on to, your thing that you've been just that bit afraid of stepping in to do or stepping up to say, it's your time. You need to be doing that. It's your time. You need to be doing that. And the judgment that comes with that, I'm going to say again, is probably positive, not the imagined judgment of being pushed out and me being made wrong or bad for stepping up and stepping in. So vulnerability actually takes practice, and that's the nature of the title of this is Redefining Vulnerability. It's a new look at courage. Vulnerability takes practice, and you may not want to go, okay, this is me, all at once. You may go, look, I've been carrying around this thing, and I just, I wanted to say this. Cool, good. And watch what happens, and get feedback, and it may be that you said that thing to the wrong person, or it may be that that's the person that you actually need to be cutting out of your life. It could be, right? So it's feedback for you. And the next time you say something, you'll say it a little differently, or you'll say more because you've been encouraged. And your level of vulnerability, your tolerance, and your definition of what it is to be vulnerable, that changes. And so this is a new look at courage. This is your time to actually step up and step in. This weekend, here's a challenge for you. Here's a challenge. This weekend, do one thing each day that scares you just a little. Just either have a conversation, state your opinion when you haven't dared to state it before, try something new. Just do one thing that scares you just a little, that you may have been afraid of being judged either by your family or by your peer group, just try that. Just try that. Let me know how it goes. This is part of the journey that I put into the direct power system. And again, we're at like 11 days before the coupon code goes away. So I thought I'd just bring it up one more time. Oh, probably a few more times. All right. If you want it for half off, direct power system, it's me coming to you via online course material in 6 modules. And instead of $4.97, I've cut that in half with a coupon called, the coupon code is Choose 2018, CHOOSE 2018, the year, right? Because you're choosing this year. That's you being strong and powerful. So step up, step in, choose 2018. You have to go to www.waynepurnell.com, and you found me, so you know how to spell my name. Go there. Find the direct power system in my courses tab, and use Choose 2018 to get it at half off. All right, that's it, really, is that may help you to be that bit less vulnerable, that bit more courageous, and to have an amazing 2018 ahead. All right, hang in, keep at it, and you know what? Keep making your magic. I'll see you here tomorrow. Thanks for joining me.